Okay, I'm recording this live and we're going to do a DM thoughts, feelings, actions, and then relationship cards. I think I've only ever done one live before, but give it a shot. I'm not sure how it works exactly. We're using 7 decks here. While I was shuffling and meditating, True Love fell out. We shall keep that. It landed with quite a thud. So let us see what is going on with the DM and going into the eclipse, what he's thinking, feeling, and doing, and then what may come soon in your guys' relationship. And also, we shall get some advice cards like I always do. Yesterday in the reading, I did a little pick a card in the advice section, and I kind of liked that, so I might do that again. All right, so they did have me bring to the front my citrine today. They're saying citrine can assist the divine feminine right now. 8 of Swords reversed, Ace of Cups reversed. An interesting beginning. Help this divine feminine with her solar plexus right now. They're saying the solar plexus is really expanding to hold this light frequency that's coming in, and it has been happening, I think, for a while. But you know, when you bring more light in, ooh, contract and reverse thinking man, a third, there we go. The solar plexus chakra. When you bring more light in, what do you get? You get to see more shadows. So they're saying right now you can clear shadow very quickly. You've gotten good at it. You've gotten good at seeing it. I can't face you right now. You mean the world to me. I have a plan, but you have to trust me. I've been learning a lot about spirituality. Interesting. All right, Spirit, thank you for these messages, guidance. The Runner, Love Call, Grim Reaper, Passion, Twin Flames, Hammer. So something has ended in his world very clearly. There is an ending, or he's planning to end something. There's something that is going on. It's a big change for him. And his need, wow, to tell you about it. So beautiful cards. Spiritual test, seeing beyond the veil, enlightened, inspired, divine wisdom. So he is having some kind of spiritual guidance, downloads, epiphanies, enlightenment, something like that. Scared what their family will say, but being resilient. And one more deck. Then we shall begin this reading. My right eye is having some sensations here. I feel like, interesting. There's something they're not wanting you to see yet. So angelic guidance, codependency, love yourself first, chemistry. I think he's choosing to love himself first, and this may be a direct consequence of you choosing to do that. So let us begin with his thoughts. Well, look at that. Karmic relationship in the reverse. Sometimes I think you are talking to me. Pay attention to the red flags. So there's a feeling here that he really has truly understood your value. And not only that, he's understood it in relation to the choice of something or someone else. And I think this came up in yesterday's reading, but there's definitely a thought back to his youth. They're saying when things went wrong, there were things that happened to him that caused him to shut down his communication, his expression. And when he did that, he kind of became a version of himself that was much less happy, but also much less, saw himself much less worthy of love. So nothing new here. This is very much him looking at why he made the choice he made, why he either left you behind or just couldn't follow through with the actions he had intended. He could have made you promises. I'm not going to go through a bunch of scenarios, but he led you in one direction and then he didn't follow through on that. So however that plays out for you in your relationship, and you just decided to work on your own self-worth. This is such a beautiful card. And so he's in this kind of excavation process of like a spiritual, this card's very much like the hands are coming in from the trees, from the spirits, and these trees make me think of like the roots, right? He's kind of going down to look at the root of this issue. And I feel like this is surprising for many of us to hear. And they're showing me like this clouds around the heart, right? His judgment was so clouded regarding love, especially what love meant and why. And that's what he's looking at. It's like a lot about chasing love here. It's that trying to convince someone else that you are lovable and worthy of love, when what you really are trying to do is needing to convince yourself that you're worthy of love, right? Or that you are enough. And so let's look at the feelings. Interesting, yes. Very much going inside. We saw this card yesterday. No one makes me feel like you do. Tower. This has been coming up so much in like my awareness. I keep having conversations with people. It keeps coming up in readings. And that is that we've had such a paradigm of relationships being about fighting each other. It's almost like normal for us to have conflict in relationships. In the relationships that we say we love these people the most, these are the most important people to us, are often, not always, but often the people that we have a lot of conflict with, a lot of yelling, arguments, fights, and we don't, what I think that this is shifting to is that we can find a way to have win-win supportive situations where we become much better at resolving conflict, and that the people closest to us are our biggest supporters. So if you have that already in your life, you know, I feel like you're very lucky. I don't think has. I think his model of relationships has been very, very difficult, tumultuous, And I do think that you, in past relationships, this used to come through all the time. In fact, like the beginning of this year and last year, I had a lot of readings that would talk about this a lot. And they're saying like this was kind of part of what we went through this year of understanding that type of relationship, and in many past lives with twins, we actually harmed or more to each other. Um, and that's like a pretty well known and accepted facet of the twin dynamic, is that it would be so intense and like the jealousy would be so overwhelming, and it would just lead to passionate, impulsive actions. And there's been a real maturing here, and an understanding of like the precious nature of this relationship and the intensity of it has kind of alchemized him in a way from the inside out. And like I'm feeling really overwhelmed right now all of a sudden, because his feelings about this are super intense. He's learning how to deal with them, because he often would have avoidant tendencies and push them down. That was creating a depression in him. And in order to come to terms with this, that has to, I keep using the word excavate, that has to be like brought up from the depths. Like all of that depressed, suppressed, repressed emotion has to be looked at, because he can't ignore it. It's almost, it's like, I would use the analogy a lot of like your emotions in your solar plexus being like a soup pot. And I got this from a psychologist. And sometimes we like contain our feelings so much and we put that lid on so tight that when the buildup inside happens, it just blows the top off, and it overwhelms you. That's the type of modeling some of these masculines have had, where there was just so much anger, and in a lot of ways, love for him, the model that he saw, love meant anger, because that's the only kind of attention he was able to get. Okay, that wanted to come out. That was what they were trying to get out. Okay, so in the actions, we have the beautiful Empress energy upright and the Nine of Swords. So being apart from you is very, very painful. This card in particular is a special card. I think it's got all of these black birds and then this one kind of outline of this white bird, and this light here and this pillow. And it's a card of being all alone, right? This red, it's kind of knowledge and it's passion, but here I feel like this card always means that there will be some kind of communication. I don't know why. It's not the meaning of the card. It is a swords card, but it just to me symbolizes that he really can't hold this pain to himself forever. This card represents differences, the religious factors. The moon energy does not create its own light, but reflects sunlight, the shadow world of deep emotions and hidden feelings. So, as I said, he's going through these hidden dark feelings, right? The pain that he's suppressed, and he's looking for the truth in this. The truth of he wants to be more stable and secure. He wants to be more, he wants growth here for sure. And you've inspired this growth for him. He wants to ultimately really learn the truth. The first word on this card is truth. And he ultimately wants to learn the truth of what love is. Why does he feel such intense emotions with you? And in this particular scenario, they're giving me the moon as like a mirror. In the mirror of you, he doesn't like what he sees of himself. And this is a really important step for him to take. The recognition for him, I feel like he's always been kind of the victim. And, you know, if he did survive all this trauma and difficulty, obviously we all have, we all are victims to that painful experiences, and that is rightfully so. But there is a period of time where you decide to turn that pain into wisdom, and then we overcome being a victim. And I think you probably have been waiting for that for a while, and here it is. I knew the Seven of Swords, Seven of Wands was going to come up. So he wants to overcome this darkness and the shadow and they're saying that he gets really overwhelmed and flooded with emotions. And he shuts down, or he runs away, or he just goes silent, whatever it is. And it's due to these memories, these thoughts and feelings that have been held down. And, you know, so interesting. Here again, this is him. God, okay, can I even get this card? You know, oh, that's not the card that I need. Well, anyway, in the Nine of Swords I showed you, holding all of these birds, not being able to sleep, dreaming, being alone with his dark thoughts and dark feelings. And here is this beautiful light, right? Letting this go, letting these things leave him. And here, this is who he wants to become. He's not there yet. Loving, stable, valuable, feeling worthy, and victorious, you know, over this. This is really a true divine masculine reading. I don't feel good enough for you. I'm not ready for commitment. Sorry, I burp when I get like a really strong down that, and that's really strong. I fear that if you get too close to me, you will hurt me. This is what he's trying to overcome. That fear of intimacy, right? I don't feel good enough for you. And honestly, it's really not about you. It's like our abandonment wound will have us believing that it's about us, but it's about him. It's his own thing to solve, and it's his own thing. And you've been solving your own problems, and that's what's making him able. He's definitely watching you. Okay, so girl with a snake. I wish it wasn't in the upright. I think she's like holding, what is she holding? A bird? Phoenix. It's so funny because I made a Phoenix quote this morning on my Instagram, and it so feels like what the Divine Feminine is doing right now. Just being so radiant and beautiful and like loving. It's just amazing, this energy that we are growing through. And they're definitely seeing us, watching everything you do. I know this card is about gaslighting, and there definitely is narcissistic things here. 2 cards of narcissism. And you right in the middle of it, you know? You may have someone else around you. Masculine energy wanting a new beginning to speak and write and sing and announce and express their truth. You know, this is what is coming for them. They are going to be able to talk about their experiences as a masculine energy in carrying down the wounds of the masculine and cleansing these and purifying them and having a new birth. And it's absolutely amazing. Sometimes my heart feels so full. So I did feel that in the, I think it was in the thoughts. There's definitely like your heart telepathy is going on. Definitely feel like you're activating each other's hearts. You're activating each other's solar plexuses. And let your friends help you. Honeymoon and reconciliation. So the reconciliation feeling I get here is, yes, I do feel like there will be communication or further communication. I feel like you're going to get a little bit of information. Maybe from him, maybe from friends, okay? This may be, I feel like a lot of them are doing like stalking you more than you think, not in a bad way, but in like, what can I find out about what she's doing? And also asking around about you. I definitely feel like there's talk going on. Yes, talk going on, and curiosity about how mad you are, what's happening, little things like that. I feel like they keep saying birds before land, which is a manifestation, you know, thing from Neville Goddard. Look, I just opened that to the, I love this dragon. You may see, you may feel, you may hear some birds before land, just an uptick in signs and synchronicities, you know how that goes. And even maybe something a little bit more special, like, I don't know. I think that the Divine Feminine is going to get a little something, a little gift, a little special gift from the universe. I just feel like something good is coming. I've heard good news for a while, although I haven't gotten the best of news lately. So I'm like, what's up, Spirit? Just be patient. And I'm like, okay. Yeah, they're pointing out this card, you know, worth waiting for. I feel like patience is that word of like, just don't say healing, don't say patience, but we do. Okay, let's get some dragons. Oh, we're gonna do the three piles. Okay, we'll do that. We'll do 3 piles and then some overall energies. I hope you guys like that. You can pick pile 1, 2, or 3. We have Archangel Gabriel's dragon with the diamond. Brings purification. I was gonna say in the beginning that clear quartz is really helpful right now for Divine Feminine. And then Fire Dragon. If you need either of those dragons, just call on them, and they will be there for you to assist you. The Fire Dragons can clear a pathway for you if you need that. I am kind of getting that that a lot of you want to have a more realization about your clear path. So, okay, we have Stibnite conflict, Mother Earth, and patience. So 3 green ones. They're just saying in your heart, try to resolve all the conflict in your heart about any last forgiveness that you need to do about what's gone on, especially regarding any of your mother wounds or what has been brought up by your masculine regarding your mother wound. Whoever needs to hear that will hear it. Okay, and then I can't say his name. It's Mezelchek or something. And then that's higher learning. Horus, great. Very strong ascended masters coming to help the divine feminine. Kuan Yin, Lord Shiva, and Horus, which is Horus and Isis are my favorite cards in this deck. Just so powerful, you know, so in your power right now. And then these cards I'm gonna put off camera because a lot of them have nudity on them. And we got friendship and don't be guilted into your choices. Don't let people guilt you into making decisions. Okay, so wow, number 1, Source Dragon. And if you want all the piles, that's fine though. That's usually how many I draw anyway, but if you want more, so you can call these in while you're meditating, sleeping, walking, showering, you know, whatever it is that you need a little help, ask them to assist you. Source Dragon attunes you to the infinite. Be still in the silence. Magic can happen. Be in the moment. And then the Spirit Quartz, music. A lot of twins communicate through music and have that frequency. And it did say on the one card, singing. So you may, you know, your twin may send you a song, or you may hear a very special song somewhere. And then Bridget, the divine feminine, inner strength, move back to wholeness, recognize you have the power. I love it when it confirms. And then this card is look inside yourself, examine what is causing you to feel this way. As I said, the more you do that, the more your twin does that. So every time you feel something and you use the mirror technique and you look inside yourself, instead of blaming them, they look inside themselves. Okay, so pile 2, Lilac Fire Dragon, transmutes through the power of divine love. Wow, we have really strong, beautiful dragons coming out. Open to the transcendent love and enlightenment. Purity of heart brings peace, hope, and joy. Black Tourmaline for protection. That's a great all-around stone to always have. And then Master Buddha, increased awareness. Deep connection, trust your inner voice. So that's what I was talking about. Also, you know, you being led, you being able to talk about your purpose authentically. And then this card, which I think is so in alignment here, new beginning, new adventure awaits, embrace it and live your dreams passionately. I think for many of you, something new is happening here. Okay, and then pile 3 with this. One is Fire and Water Dragon, enables your life to flow with loving force, prepare for change, and to move forward quickly. Expect the unexpected and have fun. So that the preparing to move forward quickly was in yesterday's reading. If you want to go, I thought that was a beautiful reading yesterday. Rose Quartz, Inner Child, and then Lady Nada, Heart Awakening. Yes, as I was saying, your guys' hearts are communicating more and more every single day. The more you tune into your heart. And here, I have some Rose Quartz here for you too, if you want to look at it. This is my Ormus. And awakens to acceptance and divine love. Give and receive in balance. And your message is transformation. Your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. So very beautiful. I thank you so much for liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. And it really means the world to me to be able to read for you. And I shall talk to you later. Bye. I don't even know how to get out of here.